Life coach and author Priya Rana Kapoor is here to give you permission to do you. With her book, Give Yourself Permission to Live Your Life. Here's a short excerpt from her introduction. This is her book. Many people are in careers and lives they feel they never completely choose for themselves. Suddenly, they see that many of the decisions they've made over the years were done in an effort to fit in or gain approval. Some made choices based upon what they believed their parents or society had told them were appropriate or worthy. Somewhere along the line, they stopped following their own hearts. One decision led to another, and they lost track of their hopes and dreams that they had in early adulthood. They thought that by putting themselves first, they were acting selfishly. They hoped that by conforming, they were making the right decisions, maybe the easier ones. However, somewhere deep down, they now battle with the insidious feeling that they are not as happy or fulfilled as they could be. They are in a place where they no longer even allow themselves to think about what they might want to do or be. That's great.
Inspired reading there, Sunita.
Thank you. I do Shakespeare too. No, I don't.
That was lovely. I've never heard anybody else read it, so that's amazing. Thank you very much for that.
Well, thank you. And I wanted to just note your name, Priya Rana Kapoor. So is your background from India or Pakistan? Or?
Indeed, India.
Okay.
Yeah, my father was Indian.
I can really relate to that feeling of like what your parents want you to be. I studied pre-med because that's what good Indian kids are supposed to do,
exactly.
right? And then I got out of college after spending a lot of money and thought, I don't want to be a doctor.
Good for you.
So what was your inspiration for the book?
Well, my inspiration was, I'm a life coach, so I work with a lot of high-end people, well, high-end as in successful, that we think are successful because they earn a lot of money.
Right.
They're in banking, they're doing really well, they went to the right colleges, they did everything the right way. But all of a sudden, they've got everything they're supposed to have or supposed to want to have, and they're not happy. So I just thought, oh, hang on a minute, what's getting in everybody's way? And it's really that they're not giving themselves permission to live their life.
Is it because they have these things, but it wasn't necessarily their design?
Exactly.
And that really kind of says something to you subconsciously.
Exactly. And their parents have said this is what you're supposed to do, or society, your socioeconomic background dictates sometimes what you're supposed to do on every spectrum.
And you're not living genuinely at that point. Is that where
No, yeah, you're not living genuinely, but you're living for other people. And that takes away a part of your soul, I think.
You know what? I was just at Starbucks yesterday, and I was talking to the barista there, and we were just chatting, and he said he was going to PCC, community college, and I said, what major? He said, sociology, but I'm just not happy about it, but now I'm stuck. I'm like, what do you mean you're stuck? He's like, it's just not what I want. And I'm like, then change, do it. And he was like, it was a new concept to him. So this concept that you have seems simple, but people aren't doing it.
No, and it's really hard, and people actually get quite offended when I say, well, you're not giving yourself permission. I say that to my clients. They say, why wouldn't I give myself permission? I'm perfectly educated, and why wouldn't I do that? And I'm like, well, think about it.
The mind-forged manacles, I would think.
Sorry, what was that?
The mind-forged manacles. I think it's just the limitations we put on ourselves, just through time. Yeah.
Exactly. And they're imposed by society and imposed by our inner core as well.
So I mean, does this kind of speak to like just the power of yes? You just, because I've been doing some reading too, and just that word yes, it just kind of opens you up. And is that kind of what the liberating of your philosophy?
Well, yes, it is. And I think sometimes a lot of people say yes to a lot of things that they don't necessarily need to or don't want to.
Say yes to yourself.
Yeah, but I think it's really knowing that you matter.
Okay.
So that's the first thing.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being here.